You think Trae Young gets 2 games against this Celtics team, but you don't think Kawhi Leonard gets 1 on the Suns? What's going on?
The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Let me take away with.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Sideline Summit. I'm Antonio Perez, joined as always by Danny Cole, DC, UPenn's finest, and Chris Coacher, CB, Coacher Boy. Another great episode for you guys today. We're going to very quickly talk about the inside linebacker prospects in this draft. Danny's going to give the scoop on that one as he's our elite draft expert. And then this is going to be lots and lots of NBA. We're going to be talking the awards, all NBA teams, playoff talk. Because, it's that time of year. The weather gets nice. The playoffs start. And Legault's back in the playoffs. And that is why the sun is out today. Because, Legault made the playoffs and God said, let there be light. But before we get into any of that, Danny, Chris, how are y'all doing? After you tell me how y'all doing, just get right into that Summit and Plummet of y'all's. Danny, you want to go first?
Sure. I'm going to go. It's 85 degrees in Philadelphia today.
Mm-hmm.
You can't beat that, man. It is April 12th.
Yep.
My birthday's tomorrow, my 21st, midnight. Can't beat that.
Let's go.
Celebrate a Summit birthday. You gotta celebrate it.
What bar we hit?
I'm going to Philly live.
Yeah, let's get it.
Oh, that's lit. Y'all up.
Yeah, man.
Y'all up.
And that is also my summit. That is Danny's birthday. So as a birthday present for Danny, subscribe to the YouTube, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, go to the listening platforms, leave us a 5-star review, give us a download, and we'd really appreciate it. Chris, how are you doing? What's the summit, man?
I'm doing pretty good, and happy early birthday to Danny too. But outside, I'm doing pretty good. Watched Bron play last night and watched them creep into the playoffs, which was pretty good. It was terrifying, by the way. Mike Conley almost missed a free throw on purpose. I was hoping to God he would miss it, but he didn't. So I got to watch overtime, which was cool. So yeah, I'm doing good. It's also nice, really, really nice in Dallas today. I think it's close to 80. It's like in the high 70s. But I want to say, is it always sunny in Philadelphia as a joke? But I thought that was really lame. So I just watched it last night before I went to sleep. But never mind. That's my son.
Yeah, man. But I don't know, man. We don't need plummets. We don't need negativity on such a nice day.
I'm with that.
Yeah. So we can skip to the linebacker. Go ahead.
I'm gonna start my summit for real though.
Okay,
my
go
summit
ahead.
is LaDennis Schroeder.
Dennis.
He all I have to say is 5 years ago he's bricking that off of the backboard. And then you saw LeBron James just statue at half court.
Literally.
He just posed,
that made for one of the
man.
best pictures I've ever seen. Denny in the back doing it, like losing his mind. I don't know if y'all seen the video. Austin Rivers trying to push him out the way, and he wouldn't move. It was so funny.
Dennis Schroeder was on one last night because Malik Beasley hit a top of the key 3. He hit the little thug shake, and Dennis looked so tangy doing
so
it.
Funny. Dude.
He was off. He was off 400 milligrams of pre-workout.
Bro, man, yeah, Dennis was on one last night, man, and everybody knows that's the Dennis Schroeder experience.
Honestly, I'm gonna say Celtics Denny throwing it off the side of the backboard like DC said, but now we get 3-point shooting Denny. Thank God, yes, woo.
Yes, Denny the many. Yeah, he's been pretty good. One of the best backup point guards in the NBA ever since he actually got to come off the bench for D'Angelo Russell. So yeah, Danny, I agree with that one. Fun. Okay, so before we get into the linebacker review, real quick, funny story. Last night, I'm on live on Instagram. I'm like, I'm going to sleep at halftime. Like this game isn't intriguing enough to stay up. I'm so tired. I got to get up early. I go to sleep, or I watch it until like the third quarter. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to sleep. I wake up in the middle of the night. I go to get some water. I check my phone, and it's like it's 92-95. Lakers down 3 with so-and-so time left. I see LeBron hit a 3, which no one's talking about, by the way. They're only talking about how he passed up the final shot. But he ties the game, which is the more clutch shot. And then he comes down. You're driving. everyone knows at this point, everyone knows he's passing the ball on a drive because someone's about to be wide open because 5 people are in the paint to stop this man. He'll make the right play every single time. It's been 20 years. He puts his ego to the left and makes it happen. There was a very good play. And then, AD damn near messed up. But they look for the final 6 minutes of regulation outside of the Conley free throws, Lakers shut them down. It was unreal defense. But Danny, can we please get the scoop real quick on the inside linebackers in this year's NFL draft?
Yeah, I have 5 guys I really want to talk about. So, number 1, I'm going to go my best, and that's Jack Campbell. I think he is by far the best. He ran a 4.65 40, 6'5". He is like, usually don't take linebackers in the first round, but if you were to take him in the first round, don't think anyone's questioning. But like the Eagles take him at 30, I don't think it's a bad pick.
Yeah, I was about to say, what team do you like him on?
I think he's going to go late first or early second. Teams I like: Eagles, Steelers.
You want him come PA?
Yes, I also like him on the Patriot. He seems like a future Patriot. If looking at him.
Yeah, Belichick loving that one. You don't think he takes him at 14 though? I think they need a receiver a little too much.
Bro, you never know. The Raiders are going to wind up trading. The Raiders are going to trade back and then take him.
The Raiders trading up for Carter. They need that convict on their team.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna call this the boomer bust prospect, and that's Owen Papo. I think he has the potential to be the best linebacker in this draft class. He had run the fastest 40 at the combine. He is an athletic freak. His name on Twitter is literally the Freak.
That's crazy to get that name on Twitter.
Right. Yeah, like Giannis don't even got that.
How do you get that?
He's a freak.
He's going to start OnlyFans. That's crazy.
He might. And if he's not in the NFL in 5 years from now, he might be making OnlyFans content. So you never know.
That's such a crazy career trajectory. Goodness gracious. I'm putting the OnlyFans.
Respectable bag regardless. So, Danny, any more on that one, or are we moving on?
Yeah, I got 2 more linebacker prospects to mention. So my third linebacker I like to talk about is Deion Henley. He was a former wide receiver who now is playing inside interior linebacker. He's out of Washington State. He literally looks just like a receiver that's bulked up, like DK Metcalf or something, playing linebacker. And he can cover everybody. You can leave him on the field when you're playing nickel packages, when you're playing dime packages. He's going to be that Fred Warner type guy. And if he can start filling the gap and play the run as well, this man could be legit. That's all I'll say.
What are his chances of playing like a robber role? Like most of the time it's a safety that plays in the box. What about a linebacker that could drop back pretty deep?
Yeah. I think he could definitely play that robber role really well too. He just has that like innate ability to just like find the ball in the air and cover his guy.
Yeah. You said you had 5, so we should have 2 more now.
Yeah, I had 2 more, but I'm gonna stick with 2 more. But there's one guy that I can. It's kind of but
cut out.
My 4th guy
is a great episode.
My 4th guy is Trenton Simpson. Trenton Simpson, I believe, is someone who can make an immediate impact on any NFL team. He projected to be a 2nd or 3rd round draft pick. He played at Clemson, and Clemson's notorious for pumping out good defensive players. But they got 3 linebackers with defensive linemen in this draft class alone, going in the top 3 rounds.
Yeah. Yeah, I like all the stuff you said. Definitely informed me. I can't say I did my linebacker prospect reviews really well. Everything else I cover really well, and I'll cover DBs pretty good. But thank you, Danny, for being our number 1 source of draft expertise. Do you have one more thing to say?
There's one more linebacker I like.
Right.
His brother plays right tackle for the Lions, and I have a feeling the Lions are going to end up taking him. It's Penei Sewell. Noah Sewell is his brother. He's playing linebacker, also out of Oregon. He doesn't really get much hype. He's kind of undersized, not the fastest kid, but like he's always in the right position, always making the right play, and you can't value how much being in the right position matters.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can be like a freak, but if you're out of position, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and then once you're in position and you just play as hard as you can, it goes a long way. So thank you to Danny. We're going to get into our NBA awards, and I'm going to go progressively like easiest things that I'm sure we'll agree on, and then get into the more debatable stuff. This is about you guys are about to witness the shortest segment in Sideline Summit history. Coach of the Year, Mike Brown. We agree?
Yeah, Mike Brown.
Yep. Yeah. Last time we did that talk, it was a little bit of debate, but like
it's Doc Rivers. I'm kidding.
Look, if you took Embiid and Harden off that team somehow makes the 8th seed and he'll get Coach of the Year. Coach of the Year usually goes to that guy who's like carries, I guess, a mid, but like the Kings are good. I don't know. Mike Brown does deserve it though. Yeah, definitely.
Another thought on that too, Tom. Before you go, another person who I thought could probably win Coach of the Year is two people: Bickerstaff from Cleveland, and I'll say Joe Mazzulla. And I know the Celtics were already good, but with what's going on and what happened and how he kept them afloat and how he basically kept them in the same place as they were last year, I think that deserves some love too. I mean, they were already a really good team. But
yeah, definitely.
All right, yeah. One last thing before we move on. The Celtics dropped like little hype wallpapers of like the players and like a cool angle with like light coming down on them and like smoke in the air. And it was really cool. It was a Jaylen Brown one, Rob Williams, Jason Tatum's looked really cool. And then there's one where it looks like God is shining light on Joe Mazzulla. And all in the comments, it's just that. And it's captioned, "He's done miracles on me." I'm like, Mazzulla ball will do that, man. Mazzulla ball will do it. Now, yeah, real rat, man. That's my guy. Moving on. Another one that I think should be really quick. I mean, shout out J-Dub, but I think we can all agree.
Walker Kessler.
Walker. I mean, dude, super respect. Like, I mean, I drew up a quick all-rookie team.
He's top 3.
Probably easiest thing I've ever did. Banchero, J-Dub, Mathurin, Kessler, Murray.
Easy.
And look, Murray, maybe if he was like had a role like the other two, maybe he gets it. He had like the best shooting season for a rookie ever. He's a beast. And his brother's coming out, also a baller.
I believe KD, it's not rookie, but didn't KD have the first 55, 40, 90 season ever or something like that?
Yes. It's just not being hyped up because the brother played like 8 games. But I mean 55, 40, 90 for a jump shooter. Like he's not no center. He's a jump shooter. That's insane. And he sets unreal expectations because Jason Tatum, also a 30-point per game scorer, shot 61% true shooting. And everyone's like,
KD's the best in his career.
He's so inefficient.
Right now, KD's the best he's ever been.
I would say this Kevin Durant would beat any other Kevin Durant in a one-on-one like so easily. So he's the only player I think you can compare his career like that. But
I think Warriors Kevin, second year Warriors Kevin, where he won the second Finals MVP. I think that's the best Kevin Durant.
That's not even fair. He got single single coverage. Like that's the only time in his career he got single coverage. That's ridiculous.
Right now too, bro. Right now, you tell me he's not gonna be single covered right now.
Well,
there you know.
It's gonna be
what you gonna do about it?
Rough guard them dudes. Rough guard them dudes over there outside of pick and roll. Like once they get to the second side, if second side is KD by itself or Book by itself, it's trouble.
Chris Paul battle like prime Chris Paul right after because of this.
He's been doing a good job spotting up shooting. I mean, he's taking like a lesser role, but like letting Booker take on some playmaking responsibility has been good. But moving on to another one that I don't think there's much argument on. I know Chris had Shea earlier in the year, but I think when it comes down to it, Markkanen's jump from like role player to all NBA is the better improvement from like borderline all-star to clear all NBA. Shout out Lauri Markkanen. Just out of nowhere, just becomes an all NBA player. Shout out him.
I'll take Lauri for most improvements right now.
That's just so rare. It's just so rare. I wish Tyrese Maxey got to play the entire year as a starter. He would be clearly in this conversation. But Doc Rivers he's cool. He's got 25 to life waiting for him.
Okay,
so, he's going.
Here's what I'll tell you.
San Quentin tonight.
I think if I'm actually thinking about who's improved the most, I think it's Shea. But I think Laurie is doing it on a team because he's getting the touches more because he's on a team that's not good.
Well, Shea's
And I
getting a
think
lot of
this,
touches too, but obviously you got your Giddy, J-Dub, J-Will, and
yeah,
Yeah,
Danny. I
exactly.
think that's what helped Shea the most. That's why I had Shea earlier for most improved because I thought he was made a bigger jump like as far as carrying. But I think what's helped Shea and I think what hurting his MIP case is that he's having better talent now. So now he's got more to share. He's still getting his 30, but now it's like it's more talent and there's no check. So I think that kind of hurt his case a little bit because they said Markin is over there where he's like the focal point. I mean, Clarkson's over there, good guys, but it was Markin or nothing really for the first 50, 60.
Yeah.
LeBron James for most improved, I'm afraid.
Sorry.
He hasn't changed at all, bro. Sorry.
Bro's been the same guy for 20 years. Where's the
He
improvement?
hasn't improved. He hasn't improved.
He's no bag.
Ew.
Moving on to Sixth Man of the Year. One of the candidates of Sixth Man of the Year is Emmanuel Quickly. His teammate is Julius Randle. Just got a comment on my All NBA vid that I did drop on my own Instagram. Dude commented Randall with a question mark. Should I just reply to him? Not here. Like he just I don't have him on All NBA. Spoiler. But yeah, Sixth Man of the Year. I'd rather hear y'all opinion. I already kind of dropped my awards. I said Brogdon, but I'm interested to hear what Chris has to say on this one.
Quickly has actually jumped to Brogdon to win on odds to win Sixth Man of the Year.
You said Quickly jumped Brogdon?
That's what I've heard.
What's crazy? The sheets have Brogdon destroying Quickly right now in the race. So like they're doing these people bad on the money.
DraftKings has have them right about even. It's a 180 minus 180 for Brogdon, plus 135. Other books have actually have not set their lines right now. Very interesting. For that being said, I'm actually going to Emmanuel Quickly. I think they're not going to give another award out to the Celtics this year.
We ain't even get another one.
Yeah, one last year. I'm not going to give another one out this year.
That makes zero sense.
That's
horrible.
Voter fatigue for a team.
Voter fatigue. Jokic was about to walk away with this MVP if Kendrick Perkins didn't call out a little bit of that truth.
Yeah, he was capped. And
it's great.
Right, so,
Perk made. You go ahead, Chris. Go ahead, Chris.
No, go ahead, Tom. You finish.
I was just gonna say Perk made he had the correct statement and then argued it so stupidly. He had such a good point and then backed it up horrendously. But yeah, I digress.
Get Kendrick off my TV by next week, or I'm protesting. But my
30.
My six man, probably 10. My six man is, I would say at first I was going with Quickly too, and I think that's really what my gut wants to say. Only because I think the Knicks weaker position was backcourt. Outside of Jalen Brunson, I think their backcourt was a little shaky, and I think I know Quickly started some games, but I think with Quickly just stepping in and being able to give you instant offense all the time. I mean, I think Brogdon was a great steady force, but even if Brogdon didn't play well, you had David White and you had Marcus Smart. So you had guys who they had better guard depth, just easy to say. And I think Quickly did a lot being dependent on such an early age. And I think he's in the contract year, if I'm not mistaken. He can get that restricted offer. I think he's in the contract year. So I'll give it to Quickly. Give him that extra bag.
Maybe a hot take, but I think Quickly's always been this good. I think the Knicks have just not realized how good he was.
Yep, and he had to get wing defenders around him too to help because he's a little small. I think they're waiting on that too.
Completely random. Bottom of the ninth, Bohm just got a single. Philly's got 2 outs. It's a tie game.
I have the game over here.
Phillies. Yeah,
Bohm's
best. Yeah, you're probably ahead of me, but I like both those arguments. My main argument is that their stats are nearly identical, and Brogdon's a little higher in every category. He's more efficient, and he has started 0 games. And I know, yes, the six man has to fill in sometimes, but I remember once upon a time, Jeff Green and J.R. Smith were in the battle for six man of the year in 2013 season. Jeff Green lost because he had to start too many games because Paul Pierce kept getting injured. So J.R. Smith won. And now we have another Knick and another Celtic. And damn it, I'm bringing in that reasoning to the table. I will not let the Celtics lose out on another six man of the year. That is my NBA finals. That won't let it happen. But we do disagree. But as long as we know these two are the guy, but shout out Bobby Portis though. I mean, a double off the bench is superb. It's really, really good. So yeah, shout out to him. It looks like I'm outclassed here, so I guess our pick is Emmanuel Quickly. I'm afraid because I'm outclassed. So when we post these up on Instagram, just know I edited it. I made the edit for Quickly to be sixth man of the year, but I don't agree. Moving on to one that's been really, really weird in the voting, defensive player of the year. Jaren Jackson Jr. has taken the lead back, but Evan Mobley was getting lots of early votes. He got bumped back down to third. It looks like he's just behind Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez has 45 total points. Mobley has 43, and then Jaren Jackson has a whopping 62. Shout out Draymond. He's got 13, but he's obviously going to be left behind in comparison to the rim defenders. Who are we looking at for defensive player of the year? I dropped mine. I said it's Jaren Jackson Jr., but it's just a pretty good race.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, I'll let you go first.
Yeah. I'm going to be the guy on the ballot who's voting for somebody who's probably not going to get any other vote but mine. By saying it's like the last 2 years. Bam is the defensive player of the year every year for the last 2 years, in my opinion. Because if you talk about 1 through 5, Bam literally can do a switch on 1 through 5. And I think Jaren Jackson doesn't board enough he doesn't close defensive possession because you close with a rebound. He'll block shots and stuff like that. And I like Jaren Jackson defender because he's rangy, he's quick for a big guy. But I don't think he boards enough. Like six or so boards as your defensive player of the year. I just don't like that. And I think Bam's defensive player of the year. But since I know he won't get it, I'll give it to Evan Mobley. That's my Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley's my pick for defensive player of the year.
Fair.
Good pick. Both good picks in my opinion. Bam. He just don't get the love. Jaren Jackson. That is I'm Danny. When I make the post, because we both have Jaren Jackson Jr., so unfortunately Chris is outnumbered here. I'm using that picture. I'm gonna make that a PNG, and I'm using that. It's gonna make so many people like, what is going on? But W. We should put NBA. No, we'll make an NBA Dad of the Year, and we'll put Danny's picture with T. Morant.
Yeah, definitely.
BTW.
He could show that to anyone and be like, he could either say, I met T. Morant or I met Usher.
Yep, and
I thought it was legend. Bro, he had a TM chain on. I thought it was Tracy McGrady. I'm like, what the hell is he doing at a Sixers Grizzlies game?
Yo, what's T-Mac doing here, man?
I don't know why it just cracked me up so bad.
We got Jaren Jackson Jr. on this one. And last but not least, the most valuable player award. Now, I'm telling y'all right now, don't vote for who you think is going to win. Joel Embiid is going to win the award. The dude had a 50-piece to close out the year. It's over. But if he didn't have that, it would be a lot more tough. But yeah.
What Mac McClung say?
It's over. It's over.
All I gotta say is the MVP should be Peyton Pritchard for dropping a 30-point triple-double.
It should be Kenny Lofton, brother. Stop playing. 42 and 14 in the NBA debut. Who has a higher per game average? No one higher than Kenny Lofton.
I fear. Sorry, I fear.
No, Peyton Pritchard really. They said he's trying to play into some playoff rotation.
Hopefully, but he's cooked. Sorry, brother. You have to find your place next season on another team.
That brother can't guard a PlayStation, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know Danny's pick.
Yeah, I think
Go ahead, Chris.
Danny, you picked Embiid. So this is my thing. I think
pick's been
Embiid too. I was gonna say I'm using the logic I used back when Derrick Rose won MVP over Dwight Howard, and I know it sounds crazy coming from Chicago kid. Just hear me out. Most valuable players are named the award. Now, you take Joel Embiid off the 76ers. Sure, they stink a little worse, but they do have James Harden, Tyrese Maxey. James Harden, former MVP, scoring champ, assist champ. Yeah. You take Embiid. You take Jokic off the Nuggets. Michael Porter Jr. is playing 70% of your games at max. Jamal Murray has not been that good since the bubble. I'm sorry, brother, but they're in the play-in at best, and they're in the lottery for sure. So, in my opinion, I think Jokic is the most valuable player, but so my pick's Jokic. Jokic is most valuable.
I think both of their teams, respectively, if you take them off the team, they're in the same position. They're like a 6, 7, 8 seed.
Nah, the Nuggets are like 100% going for Wemby. It is a 27-point turnaround when Jokic is off the court. It's pretty insane. But My argument to that is we can't just keep giving it to Jokic because his team sucks. If that was the case, LeBron James would have 10 MVPs. So,
True.
and he don't got them, so Jokic ain't getting them. But I'm glad we all have different answers, though. Like, I do have Giannis. Simple logic, best player, best team. You take him off the team, they're not competing for a championship. Same thing with the other two. Giannis is better than both of them. He's averaging 32 and 11, like 32 and 12 and 5. Like, no Jokic, but like, whew. I don't know. I think everyone has a good argument. So when I go to make this graphic about how this is our Summit NBA awards, I'm just gonna put all three of them on it, and no one's gonna stop me. I don't care if I get called a coward. We literally all have different answers, and I would never. Yeah, the dude, not Mike though.
Yeah, the dude. I forgot dude's name.
It's great. I didn't think Chris was going to go the
Give
Jokic.
me a
I did not think Chris was going to go the Jokic route, but highly
Full of
respect it.
surprises.
Yeah, and that's why LeBron James is the MVP.
That's why Anthony Davis is the MVP.
For sure. But moving on to our all NBA teams, I feel like I don't got the guards right. At least in comparison to like the popular consensus. But yeah, I just dropped my all NBA teams today. Just gonna run through them real quick. First team: Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Joel Embiid, and then we got second team: Donovan Mitchell, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Jaylen Brown, Nikola Jokic. Third team: De'Aaron Fox, Damian Lillard, Jimmy Butler, Lauri Markkanen, and Domantas Sabonis. A lot of people were telling me to take Luka off the first team, but no,
I disagree.
No, he was the best guard in basketball this year. Like, what are we doing? Like, he was by far the best basketball.
Yeah, so I disagree on the point on the third team. I think Jaylen Brown deserves a spot on the third team.
And then who are you moving up then?
Who are your guards in the third team?
I have Jaylen Brown as a forward. I have him and LeBron as forwards on the second team. And then I have Butler and Markkanen as my forwards on the third team. My guards for each team is Donovan Mitchell and Steph Curry on my second, and then De'Aaron Fox and Damian Lillard on my third.
That bothers me a little bit. Is Jaylen Brown really a forward?
Yes. He's run a lot of three this year. He's not traditionally that, yes, but due to injuries and stuff, he has been a forward this season. But Danny, no, I agree with you though. Somebody gave so Tatum, every single vote Tatum's got has been for first team All NBA. Duh. Him and Giannis are the easiest locks for first team All NBA. But he has 2 votes at guard. Like if this was like back with Julius Randle, the issue that one year where he didn't make it is because he got his vote split between guard and forward. What? He doesn't play guard. He never played guard. So no, I agree with you though. Like, yeah. Like there have been lineups where Butler's played shooting guard and, a bunch of weird. I mean, he's more like actually a forward, or like Luka. Luka's getting forward votes. Like, come on, man. He's a point guard. He might have been a small forward like year one because Dennis Smith Jr. was on the team and all that, but yeah, no.
Yeah.
Anybody want to go next? Run off of their teams?
I can do mine.
Come on, who wants to go? Go ahead, Chris. Come on.
I can do mine. So my first team, I have Steph, Shai, Jason Tatum, Giannis, and Embiid. That's my first team. Second team, I have Luka, Donovan Mitchell, Jaylen Brown, Julius Randle. I know that's weird. Julius Randle on second team is the grossest thing I've ever typed, but I feel I had to do it.
He could be second team or off. It's so crazy.
Literally. And I have Jokic, of course, as the second team center, of course. Now, third
so you're
team,
running a hold up. No. You running a Marc Gasol. You running a Marc Gasol. Defensive player of the year or MVP on second team. That's what we doing.
Surprise.
So
and then
disgusting.
I gotta get payback for my boy Brian because that was sick. Yes. So my third team, I have Mr. Parade Inside My City, John Morant, Devin Bean Booker, LeBron Ramon James, Lauri Markkanen, and Domantas Sabonis. That's my
So,
All-NBA 13.
damn, Fox and Dame left off. So I'm assuming
It was yucky.
if you didn't care about games played, I feel like we could
Mhm.
squeeze Kevin Durant on that second team.
Oh,
sure.
100%. Kevin Durant would have taken Julius Randle's place at the 4, like 1,000%. Like that's what I wanted to do, or I would have put him down there with Brian.
It's just some people got different game. Some people got different game thresholds. So like, well, what's the difference between 55 and 61? Who cares?
Yep.
Danny, do you got your teams listed out or any big agreement or disagreements, anything?
Yeah, so my first team, very similar to yours, Tony. It might be actually identical. Embiid at the 5, and then my forwards are Tatum and Giannis. My guards are actually Luka and Steph Curry.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Glad to see people aren't discriminating on Steph for the games missed, because like I said, when he is healthy this year, top 3 in the world. But
yeah.
Yeah, I think SGA. SGA is the second team, and people forget that John Morant was on MVP pace. He's the second team guard.
MVP conversation pace, pump breaks. But I think he was
6. He was
6 in the race.
Yeah, he was up there, right? People forget about that. Jokic is at the 5, and I guess the 3 and 4. There's a lot to talk about.
That's what
I think you could do something like you could do something similar to what you guys did, or you could also do something else. But I don't know. Like Randall's a crazy pool, man.
He played great this year, man. He played 77 games as well. That's got to account for something. Like games played is a stat amongst stars, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I will say this: my third team. What I'll tell you is this: one player that
what is this?
I seen that. One thing that you cannot take off for the third team. I don't care that he has been in controversy. I don't care that he's not played that many games. It's Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is a force to be reckoned with when he's on the floor. I genuinely think he's the second best point guard in the NBA when he's playing every game.
I don't listen. Yeah. I like that.
It's an interesting one, definitely. With Kyrie, second best point guard. I don't know about that one. It depends what I guess you see Luka.
I don't think Luka's a point guard. I
don't think Kyrie's a point guard. I think Kyrie's a shooting guard now. I don't think he's been a point guard since I don't know. I think we all have reasonable.
I think he's the second best ball handling player in the NBA.
Who first? Like, what do you mean ball hand? Like, what do we mean? Are we just talking straight handles? Because obviously it's him.
Like handles, playmaking, everything included with doing something with the ball in the hand.
I think I got a good 10 guys. I think I take over them. Like in control with the ball.
I don't know, man. Kyrie's Kyrie.
I sneaky like Tatum having the ball in his hands over Kyrie on any given offensive possession. I don't know what is Kyrie. He dribbles the ball better than Jason Tatum, and it ends about there. He's a craftier finisher, but he's not a stronger finisher. He doesn't shoot better.
The only thing with JT is I think
he shoots more efficient, but he doesn't have a better shot profile.
I think he settles. I think JT settles too much and with the ball in his hand sometimes. That's my only knock. And I think Kyrie. I mean, I don't think Kyrie settles a lot, but I think Kyrie does try to get to his spots a little more. And I think with Tatum having to do so much other stuff, I think he settles for long threes, side step threes sometimes more than he has to. So that
thing butter. That thing is cash.
That's my only argument.
Every time. But I think we all have respectable all NBA teams at the very least. We got to get into some playoff talk. Obviously, the Lakers won last night, and the Hawks stunned the Heat on the road. So the Celtics will be playing the Hawks, not the Heat, even though the Heat were talking all that smack, saying Jimmy Butler said he was guaranteeing a victory, and a lot of Heat fans were like, oh, Celtics fans, you've been warned. You got to play playoff Jimmy. Yeah, playoff Jimmy had less points than Brian Forbes in the first round 2 years ago and got swept. So
forgive me if I'm wrong, but didn't Chris say the Celtics did not want to see the Hawks?
Yeah, for the reason that Trae Young's a beast. But I mean, let's be real. In that same segment, we said like any of these teams, like unless you're the Lakers, all these playing teams are getting squashed. Like I made my like when I made my video, I was just like, look, the play-in's not even over, but any of these eighth seeds are getting packed. Like they're getting Nuggets and Bucks in too. Like yeah. But tonight's games, Thunder Pelicans. Who do we got?
Thunder.
I got Thunder.
I got Thunder. Let's go. I'm not alone.
S-
Let's get it.
SGA greater than.
If Zion was playing, I would think I would take the Pelicans in an instant. I think they're not in the play.
If Zion was healthy all year, they'd be so far gone from the play-in.
5 or 6, maybe 5 or 6 at least. At the least, I think for Zion.
If Zion was healthy all year, the Warriors probably get bumped back to the 7th seed, and then we have a Curry LeBron masterclass in the play-in.
Sorry, but LeBron they lose that game last night.
What you saying? The Lakers would have lost that game if they played the Warriors?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Why? It's different matchups.
I know.
It's a completely different game.
I think the Lakers lose that game by a lot.
How? By a lot? How? What's your reasoning? The Timberwolves shot like the best. The Timberwolves shot the best they did on the year, and they still lost. And they still only put up 102 points.
You know what the real MVP
shooting
is?
Masterclass.
The real MVP is AR-15.
No, he ain't. That brother can't dribble a basketball he can't catch it on a cut. And that brother wants $50 million.
Pay him.
He owe me $50 million.
Pay him. Pay him. I watched Bismack Biyombo get a 4-year, $65 million deal just for grabbing a couple rebounds in East Conference money. Pay Austin Reeves' money, please.
Someone said something crazy. They say Rudy Gobert was he was just Baguette Biyombo.
At best.
Yeah,
Gobert
he just
stinks.
Baguette Biyombo. Where were we at? We were talking about how Austin Reeves. Yes, Austin Reeves can't catch the ball on a cut. He has like one cool crossover like every few games, and everyone's like, "Oh, that boy nice." Well, he's a fine scorer off the bench or like in his starting role, I guess. He's an okay defender. Definitely not the strong point of their defense. I don't know. He got hyped pretty fast. But look, he's good. He's good though. He can be a very important role player. He's got to cut the crap with the ISOs though. Stop. Like players that deserve an ISO on the Lakers: LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and I honestly don't know.
Don't you say it. Don't you say it.
I wasn't gonna say nothing else. Look, Dennis Schroeder gonna call his own number.
Don't you say it.
Dennis Schroeder gonna call his own number. I'm not saying he should get it. He gonna call his own number though. But honestly, no one else really. I mean, when Lonnie Walker in the game, let him cook. But he kind of just got bumped out the rotation. But yeah, Austin Reeves, overhyped white boy. My white boy of the year is still Luka Doncic. So Austin Reeves has fallen out the race. Other intriguing series. Me and Chris were talking about before we signed. Like we got on. Knicks Cavs. That could be good. I would say the Cavs are the better starting lineup, but the Knicks have the better bench. And, Randall's going to be back. I said Cavs in 7, but, dude, this could be a good one. This could be this could have an imprint on New York sports history.
Man, I want the Cavs to win so bad. But for some reason, in my NBA basketball brain of mine, the little piece of my brain that's unlocked, I have a feeling this is Jalen Brunson's turn to prove, I helped win that series last year against the Jazz, or when we all watched it. I think this is his turn to do it again. I want the Cavs to win, though, because I think the Cavs could be scary for any team in the East just because of how they're built. You got 2 scoring and a playmaking guard. Then you have 2 mobile enough bigs. I think they'd be choke for a lot of people. But for some reason, I would pick the Knicks in 6 to beat the Cavs. And I know that sounds crazy, but I think Jalen Brunson, the way he plays, is he's like a small forward almost. I think he plays like a small forward almost. Like he takes the game and makes it slower, post you up in the post you up from 94 feet, so you have to slow the game down. And then with how Julius Randle plays and the foul baiting that him and Randle do, I think it could be trouble for Mobley and Allen. So I could see the Knicks in 6 easy.
Danny, what are you thinking for that series?
That series is a hard one, man. But I think the Knicks win it.
Both like the Knicks.
I think the Knicks in 7.
Yeah, I think that's about all right. So we're gonna move over to the West. I'm gonna name every series. Y'all just give me winner and then how many games. We're not mentioning 1-8s. The play-ins aren't even a set, but they're getting packed, like I said earlier. Memphis Grizzlies versus Los Angeles Lakers. Who's got it? How many games? Chris, don't look at me like that. Danny, what do you got?
I'm my first. Okay. Give me John Morant in 7.
That's nice. I like that answer. Chris, LeBron James, and in how many games?
We'll go with that way. LeBron James and company in 2 times 3, which is 6. But
And
that
6.
was as cool as
I've always said
it's 6.
I have the Lakers in 7. One thing I've always said is that when you're talking about a team and like how many games they can win in, if you say 4 or 5, you're truly confident in that team. Or yeah, I would say 4 and 5, like your team is definitely better, no bias aside, really-ish. Like most people can determine that. 6, you have a little bit of worry, but you do think your team can win it. If you say your team in 7, like if I were to say Eastern Conference Finals, Celtics in 7 against the Bucks, I have zero faith. I don't think it should go to 7 games. Like if you're a fan saying your team should win in 7, you have zero faith. But Chris clearly confident with the 6 games. We'll bump it down. Kings, Warriors. Poor Kings.
Warriors in 5.
17. Ooh, yeah. Poor Kings, man. Chris, who do you got?
I'm saying Warriors in 6, only because the Warriors have been great on the road. I think the Kings could win one or so at home at the very least. But I think the Warriors just too experienced for them right now. And the Kings don't really guard for real. But they score a lot. But they don't really guard for real. So, and I think that just makes it easier for the Warriors. Warriors in 6.
Yo, yeah, I'm just checking the ticket Warriors prices real quick. This is a side. I could go to Sixers Nets playoff game for $15 a month.
On a firm?
Yeah.
A firm be clutch. A firm clutches up.
Sideline Summit would like to announce our sponsorship with Affirm. Please use Affirm when you make all your ticket purchases.
Yeah, with our non-existent code. But yeah, I have Warriors in 6. Moving down, this would have been a fun one if everyone was healthy, but it's not. Suns Clippers, I got Suns in 6 games.
Wait, who not healthy?
Paul George.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. He's irrelevant anyway. Give me the Suns in 4.
Yeah, two-way demon Paul George is certainly not irrelevant, especially since the last time he played the Suns, he was dropping 27 on their dome in the playoffs.
Well, obviously he's not irrelevant if I said Suns in 4, so that was a little bit exaggerated. But yeah, Suns in 4.
Yeah,
Suns in 4 games. In 4 games.
Piss. Yeah, it's rough. No playoff piss for
Danny. Would you like to wager that the Clippers don't get a single? The Clippers don't get a single game.
I'm not a betting man. I don't bet.
Yeah, because you don't believe it. You don't believe Kawhi Leonard can't get 1 game.
I don't bet because I'm broke.
I do.
You're a Kawhi hater. Like you have it out for.
I'm a Kawhi later.
I hate.
I don't know why y'all are Kawhi haters. The dude has been one of the best players.
He's not a real player, Tone. He's not a real player. Let me tell you why. He was fortunate on the Spurs. Now, I will give him credit for that Raptors win. Like, even though all the players got hurt that mattered,
he averaged.
He
averaged 27 points per game this season. He just didn't meet the games threshold.
This is Kawhi.
He did it his first year in LA, and he did it in Toronto. He's a bucket.
I'm Kawhi. This is a smoke.
Kawhi do not duck smoke. He's been guarding the. Kawhi's guarded. Kawhi Leonard at the age of 22 guarded LeBron James in the NBA Finals in back-to-back years, and then had to fucking play Kevin Durant and Steph Curry for however many years, and
play 60 games a year, man.
What's that got to do with anything? It's
hate
the
with
playoffs.
Kawhi
That load management stuff is over. It's the playoffs, and that's why he's so good in the playoffs. Outside of the bubble, that one bubble series.
My thing,
Too
Kawhi,
bad.
isn't
They're not winning a game.
it isn't even the missed
You
games
don't
or anything
believe
like that. I just don't think Kawhi Leonard's a superstar scorer for real. And then when I say that, it's like with the Clippers now, without Paul George, you got Russ, you got those other guys who really need a person to play make for them. So I think with what Kawhi is good at, which is getting his own bucket, I don't think it's going to help them much against the Suns because the Suns have two of those guys already, and you don't even have anybody.
Bro,
Kawhi can only guard one. You only guard one. So I think
He's gonna guard KD, and Devin Booker's gonna go.
I'll say this.
40.
I'll put it like this. Jason Tatum, his running man was a crippled Kemba Walker. If he got one game on Harden, KD, and Kyrie Irving, best believe Kawhi Leonard's getting a game on this Suns that have no bench, by the way, like horrendous depth, which is where the Clippers have them beat. The Clippers are getting at least a game. I can promise you that. I'll double down. If Paul George is playing, give me the Clippers in 7. Well, I just said if you pick someone in 7, you don't believe it. I don't care. I'm here to make people mad. Kawhi slander is crazy. And Danny, you're just bitter that he sent the Sixers home in 2019.
Am I bitter? Yes, I am bitter.
You are bitter. You are bitter.
And
you want to know something? You want to know something about that game? Embiid played like crap that game. He played horrendous. Shot 33% from the field. Blame him for why y'all went home.
He played bad.
And Jimmy played bad.
But
you know the only player to show up? JJ Redick.
Kawhi walked on that play.
That's your excuse? That's your excuse? Joel Embiid made 6 shots in a game 7. Get over it.
I will say this, though. I'm thankful for Kawhi Leonard for that alone, because that caused one of my favorite moments in NBA history to make fun of. No offense. I'm sorry, Joel. But the cry he was having into the tunnel and, like, outside the tunnel. Like, me and my friends talk about it all the time. And he was actually boo-hooing. Like somebody had punched him in the throat or something. He was like legitimately crying, like the trembling tears. There. So I'm thankful for that. That's one of my favorite.
The favorite thing I got from that was Harlan's, "Is this the dagger?" And then they put that over like Chris Paul's. Chris Paul hits a huge 3 to cut the lead to 42.
42, yeah.
But yeah, moving on to the East, we got off topic because we have haters in the building. So 2 versus 7, Celtics, Hawks, Celtics, and in how many games?
Celtics
6.
5.
You think the Hawks get? You think Trae Young gets 2 games against this Celtics team, but you don't think Kawhi Leonard gets 1 on the Suns? What's going on? How will Trae Young get 2 wins against the Celtics team? How?
Maybe I'm biased, but Trae Young in the playoffs is just different man, bro.
Is what? Last year he averaged 15 points per game on 30% from the field.
That was an accident.
Against a team that is worse defensively than the Celtics team.
That was an accident.
It was an accident.
That was an accident.
I didn't mean to not make my shots. I didn't mean to get face guarded and put in the chamber by PJ Tucker. Yeah, no, he's about to see 3 of the. He's about to see 3 of the best defensive guards in the NBA in Smart, Brogdon, and White. If he wants to switch on to Jaylen Brown, be my guest. DeJounte Murray's
you said White is one of the best defensive guards in the NBA?
Yes, he is he's the best shot blocking guard in the NBA. He is. It's the proof is in. Go look up who is the most blocks for guards. He's by far number 1. He is insane as a defender.
Block merchant.
He's what?
The block merchant.
He's a block merchant? Oh, geez. Anyway, back to the point. Jason Tatum averages 26.5, 11, and 7 on the Hawks this year. Owns those frauds. JB averages 22, 7 and 5. DeJounte Murray only averages 16 a game against Celtics this year. Doo-doo.
Yeah.
Trey balls, but no one else steps up.
I'm going to tell you this, right? I said that to make you mad, actually.
And it worked. And it worked, dude. Trae Young getting 2 games. Be so for real.
Bro, I'm taking the Celtics in 4.
Yes. Thank you. Moving on, Sixers, Nets.
Like I said earlier in the episode, I might be going to the game one of the games. Give me the Sixers in approximately 5 games. The Cal Bridges gets 1 at home.
I don't think the Nets get a damn thing. don't think they get a
Sixers
damn
and
thing,
3, man.
dude.
They're getting stumped.
Tell the Nets go home, dude. Like,
Wait, you know how
man.
you know how you love a team so much and you know their flaws and you like overestimate their flaws. That's how I feel right now.
yeah, but the only way the Nets could get a win, they would have like absolutely play out of their mind. I'm talking Mikal, Cam Thomas, Seth, like everybody gotta go off.
I don't
And
think
then
you
the
realize
Sixers gonna
though
play bad.
that doesn't need to happen. Embiid just has to play a
It
bad
does
game.
it does need to happen. It does need to happen. Absolutely.
Embiid and Harden play a bad game like they do it once every fucking 15 and they're
And they would a Harden and Embiid stinker outclasses a Mikal Bridges and Cam Thomas masterclass every single day of the week. No doubt. And Embiid's not playing bad. He's going to be guarded by Nick Claxton, who he's a good rim protector. He's not a good post. He's not a good like defender. He's not a real defender.
He's not real.
And mind you, anyone watching new, yes, I have a Phillies jersey on. I despise the 76ers. So there's no bias in this. Yeah, Joel Embiid is going to eat these dudes up for 4 games. Like have some faith. I'm so serious. Have some faith. This isn't like the D-Lo Nets where, they have D'Angelo Russell in his, lickety split prime. But
they have Dinshitty instead.
Yo, Kuz.
Instead.
He won Twitter today, man. Din Shitty Island? Is he for real? Din Shitty Island. That's a classic.
Let me tell y'all a story. Dude, me and my cousin had called Spencer Dinwiddie Dinshitty at one of the games like last year. And he said it out loud and it cracked me up. And me and my friends been using it ever since. And today is the first time we heard anybody else use Dinshitty. So I'm claiming family credit for that. And Kuz needs to pay us, honestly. Because we made that.
Trademark that thing. Din Shitty. They saying, yeah, he's Din Shitty, but he can Kuz. Can Kuz and Din Shitty Island. That is ridiculous, man.
So
but yeah, I have Danny has Sixers in 5. What a pessimist. I have Sixers in 4. Sixers
I got
in
6
8.
and 4. Oh, sorry.
I love the Cowboys.
And then we already talked about Knicks, Cavs. But just to give the rundown again, I have Cavs in 7. And what do you guys have?
Knicks in 7.
Knicks in 6. Yeah. It's going to be a good one. That's probably going to be my favorite.
Chris, you only said that because you're trying to rhyme, bro. You think you're Michael Jackson or some shit.
Knicks in 6.
I was in my rhyming bag.
Blood thinks he's Biggie. All right, so it looks like, all right, I have a lot of cuts to make, so we will have time. Chris, even though I don't know if he's expected to or not, we are running the outro game, and it is Chris's turn. And it is an NBA player. Chris, do you have a player already?
Here's the thing, though. Even if Chris doesn't have a player, he's so obscure with his NBA knowledge, he can just go in the database real quick and find one.
Dude's thinking of Tony Kukoc as we speak. So he's thinking of Celtics legend Sam Jones.
He's thinking of Jose Calderon.
Oh my God!
Gross.
Yeah, Danny, you're not allowed to touch the NBA, bro. You go fool one of us.
It was actually Pablo Prigioni.
All right, so Chris, you got your player?
Yep.
Okay, Danny, you want the first bat?
Open it up.
About to ask a question that isn't asked often. Was this player a second round pick?
Wow, that is a really good question, but no, it wasn't.
Damn, because that cuts it down immensely.
Is this player white?
No.
That would also cut it down immensely. Damn. Okay. Was this player's prime in the 2000s?
Yep.
Is this player over 6'6"?
No.
No. Oh.
I think I got y'all today. I got something for y'all today, I think.
Was this player drafted in the 2000s?
Yes.
Okay, drafted in 2000, prime was in the 2000s, and he's shorter than 6'6".
Did this player play in the East?
Yes.
Okay. Did this player ever make an NBA Finals?
No.
Oh, damn.
I think I got y'all today.
Was this player's career longer than 8 years?
Damn it! I think Danny's figuring it out. No.
Oh, we're talking about it. We're talking about
Mother.
I think we're talking about a player who was drafted in the 2000s, had his prime in the 2000s, played less than 8 years. We got to be talking about like some.
Danny knows it. I
Right
think he knows it. He's
here.
grinning too much. I think he knows it.
Danny, if you have a guess, you can throw it out. You can throw it out if you want.
I got the guess, bro. I got the guess of the century. I'm gonna pull it off. I'm gonna say it's ready. 2003 NBA draft. Darko Milicic.
No, it's not. Yes.
No, he's
Damn.
shorter than 6 foot.
It's not.
He was shorter than
shit.
6 foot. You
Oh,
knew.
yeah, that's me. That's me. Damn.
All right, so we're at
Yes.
7.
Oh,
We aren't
shit,
there.
Danny.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot he's tall. Damn.
And he played in the. We did say he played in the East, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Did he play in the Atlantic Division? That's Celtics, Knicks, Nets, Sixers, Raptors.
Nope.
Oh, damn.
Was he drafted between 2000 and 2005?
Yep.
Okay. Wish we would have cut it down even a little more there, but no biggie. Man. And this player never won a championship either. But he mainly played in the E. He never won a championship, so he's shorter than 6 foot. Did this player ever play LeBron James in the playoffs?
Nope.
Never played LeBron in the playoffs is very interesting. We're at 10, Danny.
Was this player in the Atlantic?
No, we already asked that. Switch the division name.
Oh, Metropolitan. I don't know. What's the other division?
Central and Midwest.
Central.
Okay, is it playing in the Central Division? I'm looking at the Central. Let me make sure I'm looking at it correctly. I want to make sure I'm right. Yes.
Okay. So he did play in the Central Division. Central Division, shorter than 6'6", never made a championship, never played LeBron in the playoffs. Gotcha. Wow, that's insane.
Oh, I got a good
Always
pull from my next question.
I don't even know where. I think we're at 11.
13.
Shorter than 6. We're 13? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. You know what?
This is number 13 because Tony started it off.
Yeah, it is 13. Yeah,
okay.
13, yeah.
Okay. Wow. I'm really throwing this one out there. Is this player Earl Boynton?
Nope.
Okay.
I think too much about the short chip.
This is going to help for us get to a team, Tony. Did this play in the Central? Does the team name contain the letter C?
Yes.
So that's 3 teams right there, Tony.
Yeah.
It cuts out. Yeah. So we're looking at.
But that's 4 teams. Damn. Wait,
no, because there's
did you
Chicago
include the
Bulls.
city there? Did you include the city there, or no?
Yes.
That's got to be a question. That's got to be a
That's
question.
not a question. Because
that has to be a
That's gotta
question.
count. It's gotta count.
That's got to be a question, mate. Right? So we're at 15. So what? he said he did take it into the count or no?
I did.
So you did. Okay, so we're looking at 2 teams. Did he ever play with LeBron James?
No.
Oh, he didn't play with LeBron James, so he's most likely a Bull. Most likely.
Oh, it's 16.
Okay. Yeah, you will be 16. This might be TikTok content only. This ain't gonna fit on a reel.
Y'all gonna get it. Y'all gonna get it. Y'all gonna be blown when y'all get it. Y'all gonna be like,
I don't know, man. Never played with LeBron. Shorter than 6'6", short NBA career. He had to play for the Bulls. I mean, he could have played for the Cavs, but I don't know. Danny, you think you got it? You think you got someone?
I'm thinking. Let me cook.
I thought you could. Come on, man.
I got a player. Give me Kirk Heinrich.
Nope.
Damn. So what are we at? 17? Damn, we're at 17. We got 3 more questions left.
Oh, try to see if you
We
can
got
get the
4,
team,
4.
so we can at least try.
Is the team
Guess like a
Chicago
team.
Bulls? Is the team the Chicago Bulls?
We
Yep.
can't hear you.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Oh, I got. Wait. Not him.
Come on, Danny. He's supposed to be off the dome, man. What you looking up? What you looking up, fam? It's supposed to be off the dome.
I don't know early Chicago Bulls rosters.
Throw out names that sound familiar. We got 3 questions left.
All right, it's got to be Ben Gordon.
Nope. Nope.
Okay. I have one more
Not far
question,
off,
and then
though.
Danny's gonna have to throw a haymaker. In early 2000. Damn. We're gonna lose.
So you sound so disappointed when you said it. Damn. We're gonna lose.
Damn. Ben Gordon, man. That's not tough.
That was a good one. That was a good one, Dan.
Not
That was a
tough.
good one. Uh-oh.
I'm doing a quick Google search just to see when this player was drafted. And his career was shorter than 8 years. Like that's hard to fathom.
Very.
Real short prime Bulls. Dude, because the Bulls were so irrelevant until Derrick Rose got to the
For
city.
so long.
Drafted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he got there in 08. Well, no, D Rose was 2008, 2009 because he won MVP.
like that's just like it's just like void years. Like it's not real.
But being from Chicago, it was very real, very terrible.
Tony, ask where he was drafted in the first round, like a lottery pick.
You can ask it, and then I get if you want to ask that question, you ask that question. Then I get the last swing at it.
I have a name. I'm gonna draft.
Then say it, dude. Then just say it. Just say it. Because you always do double question anyway.
No. I'll tell you.
No.
Go for it.
Jamal Crawford, 8-year NBA career, man. Get real. Dude played for 20 seasons.
Did you guess Jamal Crawford?
And his brother played for the Celtics.
Nah, that's not what I
really?
ask.
All right. Man. There's just something funny, like it being like D Wade or something, because he played that.
It's about to be funny as hell. It's about to be funny as hell when y'all think about it. It's about to be hilarious. Oh, y'all get it.
Oh man.
I said shorter than 6'6", right?
Yep.
Yeah. Short 6'6". Never played with LeBron. Never played against LeBron in the playoffs because the Bulls don't make the playoffs in that era.
Real team.
It's just not. It's like a figment of your imagination. It's just not real.
They were only real from 84 to 98, and then he became an unserious franchise, I fear. Yucky days.
Definitely. I really got nothing. I really got nothing, man.
That's a good question. Or get a player.
I also have a player, but if you want to go first, you can. No, I don't even like my player. It didn't make sense. So it didn't line up right. I was gonna say Nate Robinson. That don't make sense, dude.
I don't know.
All right, Danny. Are we cooked, man? Are we cooked?
We at least have to exhaust our guesses. Come on, man.
We have 2 more. Like what could we possibly think of?
We can at least try to guess.
What you got? What do you got? without Googling anything. He's looking up 2002 Chicago Bulls roster. Drafted in 2000, man. I don't know. I give up. If Danny wants to waste the 2 guesses, then if he gets it.
All right, was he a lottery pick?
Yep.
Figure. The Bulls suck. You should have asked like top 5. Man. Now he's going to look up lottery picks of the early 2000 Chicago Bulls. Danny, this isn't how the game's played. Stop Googling stuff. That's cheating. Now I'm convinced that's the only way you ever won anything. Shaking my head. All your wins are voided now.
Okay, I don't know who this guy is, but Jay Williams.
God damn it. That doesn't count because that is who it is, but that doesn't count. Danny was looking it up. That doesn't
Yeah, Danny, you
count.
cheated,
Yeah,
man.
Jay Williams.
You just
Okay,
ruined all our
who
ball
is that?
credibility.
So Jay Williams, well, you see him all the time on ESPN. He's ESPN analyst now. But Jay Williams was, I want to say, the second pick in the draft by the Bulls, and he was actually on pace to be pretty good, but he had a motorcycle accident that stopped him from playing. Like he cut his career really short. He never got to play Bron in the playoffs because his career was over by 2004. And yeah, he's actually destined to be pretty good. But yeah, Jay Williams is always on TV.
I couldn't
That's
think
why
of
I was
freaking
like,
Jay Williams. Yeah, I'm sick.
Yo,
but
you know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about Rick Brunson.
You know who I was gonna say at first? The guy in my head was gonna be another Chicago Bull. I was gonna say Eddie Robinson. Eddie Robinson sucked during the time he was on the Bulls, but if he was in the NBA today, if he was in the NBA today, he'd be decent. But yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
When I whip around the corner with Chris Humphries next week, okay.
Well, too bad I'm doing next week. I'm on
Danny's
for
on next
week.
week. So, all right. But that's everything from us today. Thank you guys for tuning in for such a lengthened episode. Again, if you're on the listening platform, come to the YouTube, subscribe, like, turn on post notifications. If you're on YouTube, go to the listening platform, leave us a 5-star review, and leave us a download. Plenty more content coming your way. Make sure you keep up with us on the social medias. From DC, from CB, from AP, we hope you guys have a great night. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and make sure you tune in next week.